The next tab is the products tab. And you can see we have some other 4 sections right here. So here on the measurements, you can see we have kilograms and centimeters. This is really similar to the currencies that we saw in the previous video. If you make a change here, so for example, a product is 2 kilograms, and then you decide to make the change to libs, you have to make the change manually in all the products. WooCommerce won't make the change for you, so make sure that you add the kilograms and the dimensions correctly. Then, for example, here at the bottom we have reviews, and we have enabled product reviews. That's something nice, especially if you're trying to make some marketing. So it's important when people is trying to buy something from the internet to see some real reviews on the page. So you can enable or disable the reviews. I recommend that you add this. It's going to be important. Then show verified owner label on the customer reviews. So this way, for example, if you enable this, if the user already made the purchase for a product and they made a review, a special label is going to be printed. Also, you can see we have reviews can be only left by verified owners. Only persons that have purchased a product and they purchase the product from our store are going to be able to create a review. Of course, you can decide if you want to accept this or no. Then we have the product ratings, and you can see we have enabled a star rating on reviews, so you can enable that or not, or you can star rating should be required, not optional, and you can decide if that's required or not. So then we have the display, the second option, and you can see, for example, you can change the name of the page for the shop. When you install WooCommerce, it creates 4 different pages, and one of them is a shop page. So for example, you can see we have the sample page that is right here on the pages. We have sample page right here. If you wanna make changes to the shop page, you can change the page right there. Then you have shop page display and default category display. You can make some changes here. At the bottom we have the product images, and of course you can make some changes in the image sizes. So for example, the catalog images, if you open shop, are these sizes that we have here. And of course you can make the changes right here to the sizes. Then we have the inventory, and from here you can manage the stock. If you remember, we saw already this in previous videos, and for example you can add the email where you're gonna receive the notifications when a product or when you have a low stock from a specific product. Then we have the downloadable products. And for example, you can see we have file method download. You can force to download or redirect only. Normally this is fine. The default is okay. So this is it for this products tab. You can see that we have a lot of different options to make changes in WooCommerce. So let's continue with the next one, taxes.